It's a pleasure to be back at the World Economic Forum. And when you think about the top issues that are facing countries and companies that are coming to the forum this year, I think it really deals around where's the economy going, but it's also back to the basics. You don't want to set your strategy of a company or country on what's going to happen next quarter. We are slowly coming out of this economic downturn. But as we come out, the countries and companies that lead will be those that look to the future and say, how do really I make myself more competitive in the future? The education system and the internet are the equalizers in life. And so when you think about the future of countries, I think around 5 key milestones or characteristics. The first is the education system. The second key characteristic is the infrastructure you build out, and that's around broadband, both fixed and wireless. The third is catching market transitions, tipping points, if you will, and how you innovate on those. That can be from healthcare to education. They can be transitions in technologies. The fourth is around supportive government. And the fifth, literally, is how you collaborate to make all this happen together. And it is the exciting thing about the World Economic Forum. It is really a great foundation for all the above. When I come to Davos, this may surprise people. I'm here to listen. It's a unique opportunity to talk to government leaders, business leaders, subject matter expertise, academics, and to come together and to collaborate in a way that really talks about what are the key opportunities and challenges facing us. I think the economy will be front and center, but I actually think this is different than last year. Last year at this time, everybody was a pessimist. And what's exciting about Davos, what was the hottest topic a year ago has usually changed dramatically this year. And I think that's going to be true about the economy. A year ago, I was one of the few optimists at Davos. I think now we're all seeing the chance for the recovery to occur and is occurring in many of the countries around the world. When you think about the theme of the meeting, improving the state of the world, rethink, redesign, rebuild, one of the things that really resonates with those of us in high tech is the role that technology can change our lives, change the way we work, live, learn, and play, to be the equalizer along with education in determining our futures as individuals or as countries. But as you employ technology, whether it's in the business, in government, or in entertainment, if all you do is put in the technology and you don't rethink how you're doing things, if you don't redesign them, if you don't rebuild them for the future, you don't get the advantages of technology. So any chief information officer will be the first to tell you, as you put in technology, rethink what you're doing, redesign, change the process, and think about how the new models of the future will occur, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in education, whether it's in supply chain, whether it's in entertainment. So I think this year's theme is right on the money. The world needs to rethink, redesign, and rebuild as we come out of this economic slowdown, but also as the role of the internet plays a different role in terms of being able to achieve our goals as businesses or as countries. When you think about the current economic challenges, those that have been persistent, probably the toughest economic challenges we've seen during our lifetime, when you think about the issues that need to be addressed in Davos, there will always be the temptation about saying, let's deal with what our challenges are today. But I think to be successful at Davos and successful as business or governments, we need to think where we want to be 1, 2, 3 years out, almost write that press release, and then work backwards in terms of how we accomplish that. So I believe that we're on our way out of this economic downturn. We ought to be talking about how we want our businesses and governments and education system and standard of living and job creation to look like 1 and 2 and 3 years out from now. So I think it's about how do we deal with those. From a government perspective, I think the recovery is occurring, but I think it's very important we continue to focus on stimulus and to address it now in terms of adding that little bit of extra push. I think it's still fragile. But my view is a year from now at Davos, high probability we'll be dealing with a different set of issues about how do we keep the economies going well and how do we begin to think 5 and 10 years out.